Hello guys, my name is Melbay Guy and we are gonna continue with our sessions. So in the previous session, we learned about variables. We learned more about variables. We solved these questions. We did these exercises in the previous lesson. I think you can even see it over here. So we want to move on. In today's lesson, we want to learn how to take input from users and store them in a memory or in our variables. So in the previous session, what we've been doing so far is we've been putting data inside the memory using the programming style. What I mean by programming style is when we have a memory like var a, or a variable like var a, and we say a is equal to 5, the value 5 is being placed inside the memory called a, or the variable a. And this style of putting data inside the memory is what I call programming style. Let's say programming style. This is how we programmers put data inside the memory. But this time, this is not what we want. We want users to be able to enter their data. We want to take input from users and store it inside our variables. So that's what we'll be doing today. Okay, so in our previous, if you've been following so far, when we did the statement with session one, we did we talked about statement, we practiced some statement. One of the statement we practiced was prompts. So prompt statement, we use this statement to tell the computer to instruct the computer to take input from a user or collect data or something from a user. So when I give this to the computer, it will instruct the computer to take something, input from a user. So let me press enter and let's see. So you see the computer is asking the user, anyone behind the PC, to enter something. Let's see. So we learned that if to guide the user on what he or she should type, you can add extra information to the prompt statement. So you can say, we enter your name. That way, so let's run it and see. So enter your name. So that way the user will know what he or she is supposed to enter. So if we don't add this information, extra information to the prompt command or prompt statement, we won't be able, the user will be confused as to what to type or what to enter at the moment. So when we do this, when we run this statement or when we send it to the computer to execute or to carry out this instruction, this is what we get. And we can enter data inside. We can now pass in our data. Let's pass in Tim. What is your name? Tim. I'm going to press OK. So we can see Tim here, but Tim is not the data that the user entered, the value, the Tim that the user entered is nowhere to be found. Of course, it is displaying here, but it is being thrown away because and there's no way to access the value Tim because we didn't create a memory space or reserved a memory area to store the value the user is going to enter. So although it will display here in a real program, it is gone. You can't access it because you couldn't store it anywhere. Look at it. So that's why we need a computer memory. So if we want to take input from users, we need somewhere to store that data so that we can reference it later. Right now, if I do a console clear, like that, if I clear this, now where's Tim? Tim is gone. There's no way we can access whatever the user typed. The user typed, I entered Tim in the box, in the input box, but there's no way to find it. You get it? So now we want to learn how to take the input from the user and store it in the memory so that we can always access it. Even if we clear the console or we come down, anywhere in our program, we can still access the value that the user entered. So what do we do? How do we do that? We need to collect the memory from the computer first. The memory we will be needing to store the data. You get it? So we can create any memory var A. So we've collected a memory from the computer and we've named it A. So this is the statement or the instruction that tells the computer to give us a memory. You get it? And it should name that memory A. Or we can also say that we've declared a variable A. So now we have a memory A and we have nothing inside. Okay, we have 5 inside because I've been using the memory already exists. So let me refresh the page so that everything is new. Okay, now everything is new. So now I doubt A doesn't exist anymore. You see, A doesn't exist. There's nothing like A. Yeah, there's nothing like A. So we need to declare a variable A. So this time we have A. So nothing is inside A. We've declared a variable A, or we've collected the memory from the computer and we've named that memory A. So we want to check whatever is inside that memory, or we want to read A. I want to see the contents of A. So we just type A. And you notice that we have a text undefined inside the memory A, meaning nothing is inside. So we want to take input from a user and we want to store it inside the memory A. So we'll be learning how to store data inside the memory A from the previous session. So we know we can use the prompts command. Enter your name. We can use this statement to take input from a user. So what we have to do is, we know about the assignment operator. We learned that we use the assignment operator to pass data or to store data in a memory. So how do we do it? We just specify the memory we want to put data in or store data in. So in our case, A, we want to store data in the memory A. We use the assignment operator, which is equal to. And what do? We put this guy, the prompts. So we put this command, enter your name here. Enter your name. So what do you think is happening? So from here to here is one statement. It's a command, it's a full instruction that the computer can understand and carry it out. What do you think is happening here? We've collected a memory and named it A, or we've declared a variable called A here. And here we want to put something inside the memory A. What do we want to put inside the memory A? We want to put whatever the user will enter, will type. So prompt, this command on its own will pop up something asking the user to enter his or her name. You get it? Just this part of the instruction, this part. So if you can run this statement on its own, and this side is our memory, and this is the assignment operator. So all we are trying to say that if the user, whatever the user will enter will be here. Whatever the user will enter, we are passing it inside this memory called A. So let's see. So we are going to write maybe Tim. Enter your name, Tim. So we want to check the contents of memory A to see whether whatever the user type is inside the memory A. So we just press A. And you can see Tim is inside the memory A. Okay, let's use the statement again. And this time we want to enter something else. So enter your name. Okay, it's a Benjamin. Let's press OK. Now let's check the contents of A again. Now A is what? Benjamin. You get it? So now we've learned how to take input from a user and store it inside a variable or a memory. You get it? So like I said, prompt on its own you can run the prompt statement on its own this way. You can run it and it will pop up something like this, asking the user to enter something. But whatever you enter won't be stored anywhere. The computer will take it and will just throw it away. You get it? So this command, this statement on its own will just produce this part, will ask a user to enter something. But this part, when you add this part to where A is equal to that vibe, let's see this. A is equal to prompt this. It means that whatever the user will enter will be stored inside A. And we've already learned how to put values inside A and variables. So before we learned this, we knew. Before when I ask you here, you could see in our exercise, we learned how to assign or put the value 1.8 inside the variable called B, or put the value 5 inside the memory called A. How did we do that? To put 5 in the memory called A, which we've created here, we declared it, you just say A is equal to 5. So when you send a statement to the computer to carry it out, the computer will put the value here inside the memory A. So it's the same thing here. It's the same thing with this guy. You see, so we still have the A here, we have the A here, we have the equals, we have the equal to. The only difference is what are we putting inside the memory A? When you look at this and when you look at that. So what are we putting inside the memory A? Prompt, this part, we've already learned that this part we did it somewhere here. Will tell a user to enter something. Will produce the enter your name by that pop-up that came here. But this command on its own won't store the data anywhere. So it will make the computer ask for your name. And this part of the statements now means that whatever the user enters should be stored inside the memory A, as simple as that. So let's say Melbay Guy, what's your name? My name is Melbay Guy. So my name is Melbay Guy. Now let's go inside the memory A. Let's clear the screen first to get more space. So now let's see what is inside A. Oh, Melbay Guy is inside the memory A. How did Melbay Guy get inside? Because we ran a statement like that. Sorry. Because we run a statement like this statements. So this is how we take input from a user and store it inside a memory. So now what we want to do now is we want to take an input from a user and store it in a memory called B or in a variable called B. So when we say B doesn't exist. There's nothing like B. You get when we run, B doesn't exist. So we need to declare B. We need to create a memory and name it B so that B will make sense. So we do that, and we'll do that by clearing the screen first. So we just say, how do we declare variable B? We say var, we use the keyword var, and we use the name of the memory we want, or the name, any variable name. Then we bring the semicolon to mean it's a statement. So when we have this, when we press enter, now we've declared a variable called B. We've collected the memory from the computer and we've named it B. Now, the memory, we can put anything we want inside. We can say B is equal to 20, meaning we are storing 20 inside the memory B. So let's check B, our 20 is inside. So now what do we want to do? We want to take input from a user. We want the user to enter his age and we will store it inside the memory called B. How do we do that? To ask the user to enter his age, we can use the prompt statement. And we use our double quote to put the information we want to display together with the input box. So we say, please enter your age. So when we run this statement, when we send it to the computer, it will pop up something asking the user to enter the age. Let's see. So please enter your age. You get it? So there's a command that brought this one up. Again, whatever we type won't be stored anywhere because we are not collecting this and storing it inside any memory. We just told the computer to ask the user to enter the age, and we are entering. But after we enter, the data is gone. We can't get it. So whatever we enter, there's no way to get it. So what are we going to do? We want to store whatever the user is going to enter inside the memory code B. So we need to specify B, and we need the assignment operator, something like this. So we have B is equal to prompt this, meaning whatever we take here, this command will allow us to take input. And whatever input we take, we are sending it into the memory code B. So, oh, I don't know why this hashtag keeps on messing with me. So now this time we are going to enter our age 27. 27. Okay, let's see. Now let's check the contents of B, the memory B, and see whether the 27 was in fact stored inside. So we type B and we say, yeah, 27 is stored inside B. So you can practice with this. You can practice with this. You can just pick the prompt. You first have to declare your variable. You know that you have to declare your variable. So let's declare variable C, and let's say we can just pick, yeah, because we want to store the data inside C. And we can just put anything there. How are you? We can just put how are you? So we are asking the user, how are you? This one, we are asking the user to enter something. And this is the information that will guide the user on what to enter. And we are passing whatever the user will enter inside the memory code C. So let's see. So here we are being asked, how are you? Fine. I'm fine. So when we press OK, now I'm fine. Whatever the user entered, the I'm fine was stored in, is now being stored in the memory C. So anytime we go to C, we try to reference C, we always see the I'm fine inside. So that's it for this lesson. So you need to practice more. You just have to declare your variable and use a prompt statement to take input and store it in the variable. Then read it, check the contents of the memory, and you see that it's working. So thanks for joining me in this session. So in the next session, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna do much. We are gonna take input from the user, store it inside a memory, and we are gonna display whatever is inside the memory to the user so that user can see it somewhere here. So that's the next session. Let's end this one and begin. Thank you for joining this class. I love you guys.